Can there ever be conclusive evidence that aliens exist? What if evidence were to emerge that proved beyond any doubt that all of the UFO sightings, alien abductions, experiences, and all of that evidence was just one big confusion? Like the confusion we once had that Earth was obviously flat, or that Earth was obviously the center of the universe. For now, despite the strong convictions, nobody is really certain, but what if it were possible to prove beyond any doubt as clearly as looking into a fish tank and ascertaining whether there's a whale in it or not? What if it were possible to prove whether aliens exist or not? And I can hear you saying, the universe being so big, it's absolutely impossible to ever conclusively say one way or the other. These are some of the strangest animals that exist on Earth. They're perhaps weirder and more scary and alien-like than anything Hollywood filmmakers imagine. In fact, everything that we imagine is just a composite of what we've experienced in our world. Whether it's a slug-like Jabba the Hutt or a humanoid, bald, pale alien. The Kabbalist Baal HaSulam goes so far as to say, had man not seen an animal standing on four legs, he couldn't have even imagined a table. So of course, it's also the case with aliens that we always imagine them to be humanoid, maybe with cat eyes, maybe bald, and so on. But what if there are aliens, but they're not like us at all, or like anything that we've seen? Maybe they're not protein-based or even silicon-based, or exist in a dimension that we can't perceive, like certain bugs that only perceive 2 dimensions. Or maybe they've evolved not to be visible within the visible human eye spectrum of 380 to 700 nanometers. And just like we don't hear waves at all that don't fall within the spectrum of human hearing, we wouldn't see these creatures at all. Our senses just would not be capable of perceiving them. Or perhaps it's like that legend about the indigenous people who could not see Columbus's ships until the village wise man pointed out the ripples that were different, that they'd never seen, which were made by the ships on the surface of the water, and only then they started to see them because they had never seen such a form before and thus were incapable of seeing it. Like those optical illusions that we're not trained to see and thus can't see. Do you see the girl? Do you see the old lady? So how is it possible then to know if aliens truly exist or not? For it not to be based just on hearsay of one side or the other, we're going to have to learn which kind of reality we're in. We have to get to know our reality more and more. Have you ever noticed how when you go into a new place that feels really big, like a new school or a new workplace, but you start to get to know it, it starts to feel smaller and smaller? You may have also ascertained that this is happening to humanity with respect to how we feel our world, that it's so accessible through all kinds of shows and videos and travel that the world that we live on, this global world, is starting to feel much smaller, like a small, tiny village. With respect to our universe as well, just a few years ago, scientists thought that the universe was infinite, infinitely large. Today, most scientists believe it's finite, albeit unexplorable. Imagine if this sensation, of which I've just given a little example, where a big place starts to become smaller and smaller feeling, we start to encompass it, to feel it, to build an internal map of it. Imagine if in this way, eventually we could map the entire universe, start feeling the entire universe and being able to explore it. Kabbalists attain that this entire universe is inside of them, and that you can actually research the farthest corners of the universe by researching your own qualities, the levels of inanimate, vegetative, animate, and human, and you can check what is out there, what exists in this universe. Moreover, there is an upper world, a hidden world, more internal than the one we perceive, from which everything in our universe comes and develops like branches from a system of roots. And if you know what's going on in the roots, you know everything that could be in the universe around us. We only need to develop this sense that is against our logic, but this sense that the whole universe belongs to me. It's all inside of me, my qualities, a projection of my desires. So I can hear people saying, okay, but do aliens exist per se or not? If I become a Kabbalist and I can research the farthest reaches of the universe just by exploring my internal qualities, will I find aliens? Aliens exist, just not how we imagine. Often through this desire, this conviction that there has to be more to the universe. This can't be all there is. And through this deeply entrenched desire, we imagine all sorts of forms and even have experiences that seem to verify this conviction. And there's validity to this view according to Kabbalah, because in our universe, what exists is matter. Still vegetative, animate, and speaking matter. And this matter, regardless at which level it appears, whether still vegetative, animate, or speaking, is all desire at bottom. The desire to receive. That's what appears to us in the universe. That's what exists. And what we've revealed so far in outer space with all of our technology is more or less all we're ever going to perceive in our current qualities. Meaning, as long as we're in this desire to receive, this is what there is in the universe. But there's an alien force that also exists, meaning something that is alien to the desire to receive. It's called the quality of bestowal, and this is the quality of the creator of our reality, who also doesn't appear to us and doesn't exist anywhere to be found. And the reason why we have this sensation that there's something alien, something other than what we have in our reality, is because this quality of bestowal that truly comes from outer space, from another world, from another reality, this quality of bestowal fell into each of our hearts. Each of us has a spark that truly doesn't belong to any of our other desires. It's an alien desire that wants to go in the opposite direction of all of our other desires, which are in order to receive. It wants to go towards bestowal because bestowal is exalted, sublime. It's the quality of the one who created everything, who created us. It's not a scary alien that wants to abduct us. It doesn't want anything to do with us in our current state. Rather, it's a quality of love, giving, bestowal. So, do aliens exist? Yes. Do they want to be in contact with us? Yes. This quality called alien here is the creator. It's the quality of the creator that wants to be in contact with creation, but only on condition that we will become like that quality. We have to locate in us this desire that's different, that doesn't necessarily want anything in this world that we can enjoy in the will to receive. Rather, it wants to know what is the meaning of my life. So if we encounter this special, unique, alien desire landing within our heart and directing us not to be busy with all kinds of things from our world, but rather to discover the meaning of our existence in this world, there's nothing to be afraid of. We need to chase this desire, spend time with it, get to know it, and try to grow it.